Hi guys, so today's video is a highly requested video actually. I've been getting a lot of requests recently. People want to see how I paint my fingernails. And as you can see, my fingernails are in really bad shape. They've been splitting lately. As you can tell, they've pretty much all have broken off and I've had to file them down. They're discolored. I did a lot of yard work, so they look a mess. I was going to put this video off until my nails looked a little bit better, so that you guys didn't throw up when you see this video. But like I said, I've been recently getting a lot of requests for it, and I figured I would just do it, and, you know, it's not that big of a deal. The one thing I want to say is before you paint your nails, make sure that your hands are clean. You don't want your nail beds to have, you know, weird particles on it, because then you won't have an even application when you paint your nails. Another thing that I recommend is a base coat. I feel like they help my nail polish last longer, and it does prevent staining, in my opinion. I've been really loving this Rimmel base coat top coat. I bought this at Target for, I think it was a couple bucks. I don't use it as the top coat, but I do use it as my base coat. So I've already applied that to my nails and I've let them dry. And I'm going to apply for this video China Glaze's First Mate, and it's just a cream blue polish. Another tip when it comes to painting your fingernails is do not shake your nail polish before you use it. It creates bubbles, air bubbles in the nail polish, and the bubbles will transfer onto your nails. And again, you will have a really shoddy looking manicure because your polish won't be even. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see maybe better. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I do is I get a little bit of polish on my nails like that. I wouldn't say a little bit, I get about that much polish. And I always start in the middle of my nail. And I get as close to the cuticle as possible. I do not like to get polish on my cuticle because I think it looks messy. So I do one stroke down the center, I do a stroke on one side, and then I do a stroke on the other side. And if it's not even, that's perfectly fine because I will be applying a second coat, which will help that out. And then I always swipe across the freestanding part of my nails. So anything that's not covered by skin. So the edges, free edges. Down the center, down the side, and down the other side. Another tip that I do want to say is the least amount of strokes that you do, I think the better. The more strokes you put, I feel like the more streaky your polish is going to be. So if you have, you know, bigger nail beds or whatever and you have to do more strokes, that's, you know, fine. Just do the minimal amount so that it's less streaky. So there we go. And the tips. And my thumb, I have to use the edge of the desk, so you're not going to be able to see me paint my thumb. This is me painting with my non-dominant hand. It definitely takes practice, and I'm definitely a lot slower with this hand. But, you know, I don't feel like painting nails is very difficult. It just definitely takes practice. Okay, so once you have your first coat on, you want to wait till it's completely dry. Otherwise, when you start putting on your second coat, it'll drag the first coat around and it won't be even. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes. My left hand is completely dry, so I'm going to go ahead and paint my second coat of my nail polish. Now obviously, if you are painting your nails with like a more sheer polish, and you need a third or fourth coat, then you would just repeat you know, those steps. This polish, I am only going to need 2, so I'm just going to apply this last coat, and you just do the same thing. Same technique as you did with the first. And also, for the sake of this video, I'm going to do one nail kind of sloppy. I'll do this middle finger kind of sloppy. That way you guys can see, you know, if you do get it on your skin like that, that it's okay, and don't get discouraged, because you can clean it up, and I will show you how I do that, because it definitely happens. No matter how good you are at painting your nails and how long you've been doing it, accidents happen, and things could get messy. I'm going to do my second coat on my other hand. Okay, now that is my last coat that I'm going to do of the first mate. I am going to apply China Glaze's Techno on top of it. So if you just wanted to stop here and not apply, you know, like glitter like I'm going to do, then now would be the time where you apply your top coat. If you're using a fast dry top coat, you want to do it while your nail polish is still wet. You don't want to do it while it's dry. Okay, so now that I have both of my coats on, I'm going to wait until they completely dry before I add my glitter polish to it. So while I wait, I'm going to show you how I clean up my edges. You can see that I got some right there, and it's super easy. There's actually 2 different ways. You can wait till you're completely done with doing your nails and applying your top coat and everything dries. Just have your hand under hot water, and it'll loosen up the nail polish, and you can just kind of scrape it off. Or you can do what I prefer to do, and that is use acetone and a brush. Basically, you get a brush like this. You just want to get like a thin brush. This one is a no-name, super cheap, I think it's like a eyeliner brush that I got a long time ago. And you can use nail polish remover, or what I prefer to use is acetone, pure acetone. It's a little more rough on the nails or on your skin, like it's very drying, but it works better. So what I'm going to do is I just dip my brush in it and dab off the extra on like a rag, because you don't want to like soaking wet. And then you just run it. Let me zoom in. See if you guys can see that. Okay, and then you just run it against your nail or against your skin where you have the extra polish, like that. So that's it. And then any other spots that you got, you know, extra polish or whatever. And of course, if you don't mind a little extra, you know, color on your skin, then you can certainly leave it. I prefer mine to be neat. I'm actually pretty obsessive about it. So yeah, that is how I clean up my nails if I do accidentally get polish all over the place. Okay, so now that that's cleaned up, I've given time for my nail polish to dry. I'm going to apply my glitter top coat. This glitter is actually really cool. I think this is from the Electro Pop collection by China Glaze. And this one I'm only going to use 1 coat of, but I do the same thing. Run it along the center and the sides. because I'm using a fast dry top coat, I'm going to apply this while my nails are still wet. And I like to do my top coat kind of thick. And I just do the same thing down the side, or center, down the sides. And then the biggest tip I can give you to get your nail polish to last a long time is to make sure you seal in your design or your nail polish on the edges, the free edges. Otherwise, you're leaving that open and it will chip way faster. And that's a lot of the reason why people complain of nail polishes not lasting very long. When in fact it's not the nail polish, it's that they didn't seal the nail polish in correctly. Okay, this hand. In Seche Vite, it's got an awful smell, but looking back at it, I don't know how I went so long without using this top coat. I'm a very impatient person, and this stuff dries so incredibly fast that I don't know what I did without it. So if you need a fast dry top coat, I definitely recommend Seche Vite. It's good stuff. Okay, so that is how I paint my nails. I hope you guys found this helpful, and if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in a comment, or if you don't want to comment, you can leave me a message, and I will be happy to answer you guys. So, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!